the line which is not inside the clipping window will be discarded. So we studied about three cases. Line will be completely in, line will be completely outside the clipping window, and only some part of that line will be inside the clipping window and some part of the line will be outside the clipping window. So whatever line is not there, whatever portion of the line is not there, that should be trimmed off or that should be removed. So this is how for this we studied about the region codes. The region codes for clipping window will be 000, and for other cases based on the location of the points we will decide. So now we have given a points which is starting at 4 comma 2 and it is ending at 8 comma 8, and the region of the clipping window is 5 to 9. That is the range of the clipping window. So the first step will be to find out. First step will be to obtain the region code. So obtain the region code for the points P1. For point P1, the region code. So I'll write it as RC. So region code means point P1 is at the left side. It is at the bottom left. It is at the bottom left. So this is the bottom left. So we know that TBRL. So TBRL, right? So top, bottom, left, right. So this is the uh, region code which we should see. So you can check here. So it is assigned with a 4-digit TBRL. So for point P1, I know that this is at the left hand side and the bottommost position, the bottom side of the clipping window. So T will be 0, B will be 1, R will be 0, L will be 1. And for point P2, since it is within the clipping window, we know that it is 0000. So after this, we'll perform the AND operation. So the result will be 0000. So the result of this will be 0. We have one point which contains non-zero values and one point P2 which contains all values as 0. Since point P2 has all values as 0, it is understood that it lies inside the clipping window. It lies inside the clipping window, but since it contains two digits where the value is not equal to 0, so it lies outside the clipping window. So now we should consider this point P1 and we have to clip that to get the suitable points. So now P2 is inside, so we are inside the window, so no need to calculate the new value for P2, but our point of interest is point P1. So P1 is outside, so P1 is outside. Since P1 is outside, calculate the new value for P1. So how to do that means find the slope, find the slope of the line P1 P2. So if I take the slope of this line P1 P2, so it will be difference between the x end point, so the difference between the y end point and divided by the x end point. So this is x naught y naught. So difference between the end point like y end minus y naught divided by x end minus x naught. So that will be my slope. So calculate slope. M is equal to y end minus y naught by x end minus x naught. So now here my x end is 8. 8 minus 2. 8 minus 2. So 8 minus 2 divided by 8 minus 4. So it will be 6 by 4 approximately. No, exactly. It will be 1.5. The slope is 1.5. So I have got the slope as 1.5. So now this line is intersecting. So this line is there. Now it is intersecting. This is my x. This is my y-axis. So this is my y-axis and this is my x-axis. So now now I need to find out. Now I need to find out. Now I need to find out the values. Now I need to find out the cutoff value. See, since this line is intersecting. So then since this line is intersecting, it is cutting at y-axis. So since this line uh, is intersecting uh, at some value. So this line is governed by the y-axis. Now we can calculate the now we can calculate the value. Now we can calculate the values by the equation. We have some equations, right? Y is equal to we have equations like y is equal to y naught plus m into x minus x naught. And also, if you want to calculate the value of x also, x is equal to x naught plus y minus y naught by m. So using this formula, you can obtain the values. You can obtain the values of um, x and y. So m, now we got m as 1.5. And also the next scenario is we have this line which is intersecting at the y-axis. So now line is intersecting at y-axis, that is, it is intersecting at y min. So even we can find out. So here y min, you can take the value of y min. You can take the value of y min. The minimum value of y is 5. So this part. So this, if it was at some point, you could have taken y max. So y max. So you got the value of y min, you got the value of y min, you got the value of y naught, which is given by y naught is given by 2, and uh, x naught. So x naught, and also you have found the value of m. M is 1.5. M is 1.5. So now using these values, you can find out the x interceptions. The line is intersecting at y. So you can find x is equal to x naught. What is my x naught? The starting line 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus y minus y naught will be y minus y naught. Y minus y naught means y min minus 5 minus 2 by 1 point something. So 1 point something. So so it will be like 3 by 1.5. It will be 2. So I'll get the value of x as 4 plus 2, 6, and y min value of y will be so the value of y will be same as y min only. So it will be 5. So I'm getting a point 6 comma 5. I'm getting a point which is mm, 6 comma 5. So 6 comma 5, where is that? X value will be 6 and the y value will be somewhere. So somewhere. So this will be my cutoff line. So this will be the actual line which is there, which will be there, and this part of the line. So this part of the line will be clipped. So this part of the line will be clipped off. See, mm, so this is how you can calculate. This is how you can calculate the intersection point. So find out the difference between the sloping values, and from that you can calculate. So before calculating x, see here, here I've directly I just came up with the x value. So before calculating the x, you should calculate the y point also. So in the yesterday's class, I had calculated the y value. So that's why today I just calculated the x value. So if you calculate the y value, first you will get a point. First you will get a point somewhere here. Somewhere you'll get the point here. So for that line again, so this will be your line after calculating. So for that line again, you have to calculate the slope and these equations, and that time you will get this point with 5 comma 6. So this will be your actual line which will be there within the clipping window, which will be there inside the clipping window, and this line, so this line will be available. So even this will be your new line. Look, this will be your new line. So this is regarding the line clipping, Cohen-Sutherland's line clipping, where you're using the slope of the line equation to calculate the value of x and y. So similarly, now we have uh, polygon clipping. So now, in the previous, in the first time, we were clipping the points by taking the point greater than the minimum and less than the maximum value, the coordinate positions. After that, you're using Cohen-Sutherland's algorithm to decide whether by using the region code, you are performing the clipping. So now the third scenario. Um, So now here we are talking about the polygon clipping. So here we will talk about the clipping of polygons. So here we have some parts like clip left, clip right, clip bottom, clip top. So what these things will do means it will like clip left means the left side of the clipping window, the object which is not on the left hand side of the clipping window will be clipped. So here we have four clippers: the clip left, clip right, clip bottom, clip top, which will be used for clipping the things. So why we are not using line clipping method? Because it will not produce a closed polyline. So even if you try to clip using this line clipping method, it cannot be possible, because if you are using that line clipping method, you will not get the closed polygon. So for that we are using this approach. So um, here what we will do means we will consider a clipping window. Here we will consider a clipping window with the borders of the polygon. So here what we will do means um, see, this is my clipping window. So this is my clipping window. So this is my clipping window, and we will check the borders of this clipping window. We'll check the borders of this clipping window with the polygon. So what we will do means what we will do means so for each stage we will process. So first we will determine the left side. First we will determine with the polygon and the left side of the clipping window, the parts which are on the left hand side of the clipping window will be removed. So this part will be removed. So then we will process on the right clipping window. The polygon on the right hand side of this clipping window boundary will be removed. So when it is processed through the bottom clipping window, the downside of the clipping window, so this part will be removed, and this will be passed again with the top clipping window. So the top side above this uh, clipping window will be removed. So you will get this object. So you will get this object. So this is the procedure that is being like each phase will be, each edge will be processed. Original polygon, for the first time the left clipping window will remove the objects that are on the left hand side of the clipping window. The right clipping window will remove the objects, the polygon on the right hand side, the boundaries which are outside the right hand side, and the top will remove the object that is on the top of the clipping window, and the bottom clip window. So mm, so uh, here when here so this is how the method works. So how to implement, this method means like there will be some cases. So there will be some cases where you cannot decide whether the polygon is completely inside or completely outside the clipping window. So in that cases you need to identify the point of intersection. So in that case you need to identify the point of intersection with with the clipping boundary. So how to implement this algorithm means, so you need to implement like you can implement this kind of clipping by creating a new vertex list. By creating, so you know that this polygon can be represented by the vertices like the endpoints 1 2 3 4 5 like this. So it can be represented by the vertices. So one way to implement this, it is shown here. So one way, so sometimes some part of the polygon will be inside and some part will be outside. So how to implement this means is to create the new vertex list at each clipping boundary. For example, so if you check here, see the triangle consisted of only mm, so the triangle 1 2 3. So the triangle consisted of only three vertices. So now some part of this is in within the clipping board and some part is outside. So what they are doing means, here they are creating one more vertices. We'll call it as one dash and one double dash. For 3 also it is creating the vertices with the boundary 3 dash 3 double dash. For 2 also 2 dash 2 double dash. So um, to create new vertex list, so at the boundary of the clipping window, we are creating the new vertex list. So at the boundary of the clipping window, we will create a new vertex list, and then this vertex list will be passing for the next boundary clipper. So the output of this will be the polygon with its boundaries at the boundaries of the clipping window with new vertices. So after processing, see, when you process with the top clipper, so the top clipper, what it will do, it will remove this vertex and it will add vertex v1 and v1 dash. So when you pass it to the bottom clipper, this vertex 2 will be removed and two more edges will be added, two more vertices will be added, 2 dash and 2 double dash. When you pass it through the right clipper, so 3 will be removed and 3 dash and 3 double dash vertex will be added. So after it is passing through all the four clippers, you will get this polygon. So for this, so in order to implement this, we are following Sutherland Hodgman polygon clipping algorithm. So here this method is developed by Sutherland and Hodgman, so that's why the name Sutherland Hodgman clipping algorithm. So what it will do means, it will send the polygon vertices. It will send the polygon vertices to each clipping stages, like left side, right side, top side, bottom side, so that the clipped vertex can be immediately passed to the next stage. So the whatever output, the final output which you are getting is the list of vertices that will describe the edges of the clipped polygon fill area. So this Sutherland Hodgman algorithm will process concave polygons when the clipped fill area can be described within the single vertex list. So here also, the main approach used in this algorithm is to send the endpoints of a line, for a polygon, like the successive endpoints for the line will be passed. See, one thing is here, this is a polygon. Here, first time it will, this line will be passed. Second, for the second phase, this line will be passed, this line. So the successive lines of the polygon. So the general approach in this algorithm is to send the endpoints of the successive lines through the series of clippers, like left clipper, right clipper, top clipper, bottom clipper. So here also four scenarios will come. Here also four scenarios will come. So what are those scenarios means, like um, see, the first scenario is see, this is a clipping boundary. It might so the first scenario will be like one part of the edge, so one part of the edges outside the clipping boundary, and the other part of the edges inside the clipping boundary. So one part of the edges outside the clipping boundary and one part of the edges inside the clipping boundary. So this is one scenario. Second is both the complete line is within the clipping boundary, and the third scenario is, see, here the first point is outside and the second point is inside the clipping boundary. So this is reverse of that. Here the first point is inside the clipping boundary and the second point is outside the clipping boundary, and the last part is both the points are outside the clipping boundary. So what this Sutherland Hodgman polygon clipping algorithm will do means, here uh, it will send the pair of endpoints for each successive polygon line segments through the series of clipper. So means here it is sending the lines of a polygon through the four clippers, left, right, top, bottom. So what will happen means, so whenever they are sending, four kinds of scenarios they can encounter. So first thing is, whenever they are trying to send this line, in this line the first point is in outside the clipping boundary and the second point is inside the clipping boundary, like some part of the line is outside and some part of the line is inside. So in second scenario, both the endpoints of the line are completely inside. In the third scenario, the starting point of this line is inside, and ending point of this line is outside the clipping mode. This is the reverse. This is a reverse of case 3 is a reverse of case 1. And in case 4, in scenario 4, both the endpoints of the line are outside the clipping, outside the clipping um, window. So in this case, how to select the vertices? In this case, how to select the vertices? So see, if the first vertex is, so this is the first vertex. So if the first vertex is outside the clipping window and second vertex is inside the clipping window, so if the first vertex is outside the clipping border and the second vertex is inside, then then the output of this line will be vertices v1 dash, which is the intersection point of the polygon with the clipping window boundary and inside vertex v2. So when if the first vertex is outside the clipping window and the second vertex is inside the clipping window, then the output of this clipper will be the intersection point of the polygon edge with the boundary, that is the clipping window boundary, and the second vertex which is inside. So when the scenario is like this, when v1 is outside and v2 is inside, you will get the output as, so one point is outside and one point is inside. The output will be v1 dash v2, where v1 dash is the intersection of the polygon edge with the clipping boundary. So second case, both the points are inside. When both the points are inside, the output will be v2, meaning um, so in the first scenario, the first input vertex is outside the clipping window border and the second vertex is inside the clipping window border. uh, the both both these points will be sent uh, for next clipper. Both these points will be sent for the next clipper for processing. So here, when both the inputs are inside, only vertex v2 will be sent to next clipper for processing. In the third scenario, when one vertex starting vertex is inside the clipping window and the ending vertex is outside the um, clipping window. So in this case, only the intersection point will be sent to next clipper for processing. Only this will be sent to next clipper for processing. So when both the points are outside the clipping window, none of them will be sent for processing. None of them will be sent for processing for the next clipper. So if the first so this is how this algorithm works. I'll just repeat again. If the first input vertex is outside the clipping window, and the second vertex is inside the clipping window, then the point of intersection of that line with the window and the inside vertex will be sent to the next clipper for processing. When both the vertices are inside the clipping window, the vertex v2, the second vertex, will be sent to the next clipper for processing. In the third case, the first vertex which is inside the clipping window, the second vertex is outside the clipping window. In that case, only the intersection point of that polygon line with the clipping boundary will be sent to the next clipper for processing. In our example, v1 dash. And when both the points are outside the clipping window, so none of the vertices will be sent for processing. That means no vertices will be sent for processing. So um, we will solve one problem. The triangle problem. So the triangle problem. So here the triangle here the triangle is given by the edges. Here, what are the edges of the triangle? We have edges of the triangle as 1 2 1 2 2 3 and 3 1. So these are the edges of the triangle. So when first we will talk about left clipper. So for left clipper, so we know that it will be passed through left, right, bottom, top clipper. So when we talk about left clipper, so you just check. So when you're talking about the left clipper, um, see, this line. So this line will come under the left clipper area. So so this is the portion. This is my portion for left clipper. So this is my portion for left clipper. So this will be my area for right clipper. So this will be my top clipper and this will be my bottom clipper. So you can check. So this image you can refer this. So it will be like this. It will be like this: left clipper, right clipper, um, top clipper, bottom clipper. So for uh, for my program, for my this thing, so this is my left clipper. So this is my left clipper, this is my right clipper, and this is my top clipper and bottom clipper. So I'll just erase this so people will understand it better. Just erase this. So now the clip. Now I've told you about the clipper. So uh, we have we have three edges: 1 2 2 3 3 1. So for my left clipper, when I talk about left clipper, this is the area which belongs to left clipper. So 1 2 is not, see, 1 2 is not in the region. So it is not in the region of left clipper, meaning it is inside the clipping window. For left clipper, this 1 2 is inside the clipping boundary. So for left clipper, for left clipper, the edges 1 2, it will be inside the clipping window, because here vertex 3 is in the area of left clipper, so it is outside. But vertex 1 and 2, they are inside the clipping window when you consider left clipper. So for left clipper, vertex 1 2, it will be inside. So when it is inside means, when it is inside means, what will be my output? My output will be v2. My output will be v2. So 1 is also inside, 2 is also inside, so my output will be 2. My output will be 2. So the next point to be considered is 2 3. So 2 3, for my left clipper 2 3, 2 3, I know that 2 is inside, 2 is inside, and 3 is outside. So it is in the left clipper region, so 3 should be clipped. So 3 is outside. When it is inside out means, my output should be v1 dash. Inside is 2, outside is 3, so something like 2 1 dash, you can, if I go by the terminology, 2 dash, my output should be 2 dash. So what should be my output? It should be 2 dash. So again, one more point: 3 1 3 1. So when I talk about 3 1, 3 is in left side, so it is outside. And also 1, see, 1 is so this is only the clipping, left clipping area, so this is like inside the clipping window. So 1 is inside. So when it is out in, so when it is out and in, I should consider 2 points. I should consider 2 points, one by the name. So since this is 3 means 3 dash, 3 dash, and 1. I should consider the output as 3 dash 1. Did you understand? Did you understand this? Yes or no? See whether you got this. See, whatever is here, whatever vertices are visible in this part, that is outside. The other parts are inside. So that, like that, you can remember. So three vertices were there: 1 2 2 3 3 1. So 1 is inside, 2 is inside. When two vertices are inside, the output will be the second vertex. Okay, so second vertex is 2. And also 2 3, 1 is inside, 1 is outside. When 1 is inside and 1 is outside, when 1 is inside and 1 is outside, where is that case? 1 is inside and 1 is outside. Vertex v dash, v1 dash, I mean the first vertex dash. So that's why I wrote it as 2 dash. Again, when 1 is outside and 1 is inside, the output will be this one: 3 dash 1. So that's why when you pass through the left clipper, so this will be your output. You are passing 1 2 2 3 3 1, and you are getting this as the output. So you are getting this as output. Any doubt? Any doubt whenever you are passing through the left clipper, what will happen? Any doubt here? Any doubts? See whether you are understanding this or what? Any doubts? Yes or no? See someone respond. Amulya. So
Yes.
after this left clipper, after this left clipper, when the region left is this part. So this is my region which is left. So this part will be removed. So now I will pass it through the right clipper. I will pass it through the right clipper. So for my right clipper, so if I'm passing through the right clipper, so first I will make a note of edges. First I will make a note of edges. So now we don't have 3. Now we don't have vertex 3. Now now we have now we have 2 2 dash. 1 is 2 2 dash 2 dash 2 double dash. Sorry. So 2 double dash we have not processed yet. So we have got only 2 dash and 3 dash. No, 2 dash 3 dash and 3 dash 1. So 3 dash 1 and 1 to 2 and 1 to 2. Now we have 1 to 2. So for my right clipper, all these values are inside only. For my right clipper, all these values are inside only because I don't have any vertex in this area. See, I don't have any vertex. I don't have any vertex like this. So if this was the case for right clipper, 3 was in the right clip area. But here I don't have anything. I don't have any vertex to the right hand side of this line. So all the cases will be inside. Vertex 2 2 dash is inside, 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 inside. So 2 is also inside the clip inside the clipping boundary. 2 dash is also inside the clipping boundary. 3 dash is also inside. See all these points, all this 2 dash, 1, 3 dash, 2 dash, all these 4 points are inside the clipping boundary only. If it was somewhere here, if it was some line, if there was some line like this, then that would have come as an outside to the right clipping area. So now when uh, when it is inside means you should take the second vertices. You should take the second vertices as the output for further processing. So second vertices is 2 dash, 3 dash, 1, 2. So I mean nothing has changed. Nothing has changed. So nothing has changed. So what I just did is I took 2 dash, 3 dash, then 1 and 2 as the output. So this will be my output. So when I pass through right clipper, I'll get this as the output 2 dash, 3 dash, 1, 2. So after this, what is my next processing? Bottom clipper. So bottom clipper. So this is my bottom clipper. So this is my bottom clipper. So for this bottom clipper, how to process this bottom clipper? So the edges will be 2 dash, 3 dash, 3 dash, 1, 1, 2, and 2, 2 dash, like the cyclic order. So the first edge will be 2 dash, 3 dash, second will be 3 dash, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2 dash. So you can start from here only. 2 dash, 3 dash, 3 dash, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2 to 2 dash. So these 4 points. See these 4 points, we are forming the edges. 2 to 2 dash, 2 dash to 3 dash, 3 dash to 1, and 1 to 2, and 2 to 2 dash. So 4 edges we have. So now for this 4 edges, this is my bottom clip area. So 2 dash 2, they are inside. So these two are inside, and these two are outside. So these two are outside. So when I'm having 2 dash means inside, 3 dash means outside. 3 dash outside, 1 outside. Again, again, 1 outside, 2 inside. Again 2 dash inside, inside. So like this I will get. So like this I will get the points with respect to the bottom clipper. So with respect to the bottom clipper, inside, outside. So when it is in and out means the boundary intersection. In and out means the boundary intersection. So one point is one point is so I got it as what is my first point? uh, 2 dash 3 dash. One point is inside, one point is outside. I should get the boundary intersection, so I'll write it as 2 double dash. See, you can check here. When one point is inside and one point is outside, so the first line dash, the naming convention, the first vertex dash. So here also, this is my first vertex, this is my second vertex, inside, outside. So 2 double dash. So I got a new point. So when we have 3 dash 1, both the points are outside. So when both the points are outside means none. When both the points are outside means you don't consider this case. And when one point is outside and other point is inside, so one point is outside and other point is inside means starting point, uh, intersection, and the inside point. So one point is outside. So one point outside is your outside point is one. So starting point, intersection, the inside point. So two edges. I got two edges as the output or the vertices. That is 1 dash 2. And the last case, when both the points are inside means the second point should be considered. So here uh, 2 we are talking about 2 and 2 dash. No, when 2 and 2 dash are there means then we should consider when 2 points are input means when 2 lines are input means the second point should be considered. Here for here in my point, the second point is 2 dash. So after processing through bottom clipper, this will be my output. 2 dash, nothing is there, 1 dash 2 and 2 double dash. So from here you have to create one more list like one more list like uh, so from here you have to create one more vertex list, that is starting from 2 dash. So from 2 dash to 1 dash, so this part would have got clipped, so this part would have got removed. So now 2 dash to 1, 2 dash to 1 dash, 1 dash to 2, one part, and 2 to 2 dash, 2 to 2 dash, and 2 dash 2 double dash. So these are the four uh, uh, lines which you should process. So now uh, 2 dash to 1 dash, 1 dash to 2, 2 to 2 dash, and 2 dash to 2 double dash. So 4 points should be done. So these points will be passed through, these points will be passed through the top clipper. The only left out part is top clipper. So for top clipper also, you know that there is no point here. So all these 4 points will be inside only. So all these things will be inside, 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 inside. So when it is inside means what is the output? When both the points are inside means the second point I should consider. So here my second point is 1 dash, second point is 2, 2 dash, and 2 double dash. So this will be my final output. This will be my final output. So once once this algorithm is passed, once this line is passed, my final output will be the edge found by the vertex 1 dash 2, 2 double dash, sorry, 2 dash 2 double dash, and this. So this will be my final output. This will be my final output. So only this part will be visible, the other parts will be cut off. So this is the working. So this is the working. So you can check here when it is passed to the final thing. So This is the working of Sutherland-Hodgman polygon clipping algorithm. So here you should just know when what should be your output when you are passing it as um, when both the points are input, both the points. So that condition, if you know, you can easily solve this. Any doubts here? Any doubts? Any doubts? Okay. So okay. Um, I'll just stop the class now. I'll just stop the class now. So this is also important concept from the examination point of view. So if you have any doubts, you just let me know. So this see in the textbook they have not given in the textbook also they have not given the explanation of solving this problem. Just they have given the figure. So I have explained this how to solve this problem. So if you want to solve this problem means first you just keep this reference. First you keep this. First you keep this as the reference. So from that you decide. So by looking at this diagram, you will you just remember that the clipping areas. So you just remember the clipping areas. So left hand side of that clipping window will be the left clipper, the bottom side will be the bottom clipper, the right hand side of the clipping window will be right clipper. So with respect to the clipping window, you should take consider the point as inside or outside. So if any point is there on that clipping area, that will be considered as outside. If none of the points are there, it will be considered as inside. So I'll just stop the class now. If you have any doubts, you just let me know.